Welcome to George Coll Fine Art. Here, the viewer is encouraged to get outside and paint from life. George's job is to provide the tools to solve the many technical challenges faced in rendering landscape paintings. View the library of landscape paintings offered and become a subscriber. You can also purchase tutorial videos, plus original tutorial and studio paintings. Thank you. And if you like what you see, click the subscribe button and join in on the fun.
Hello and welcome to part 2 of Wyoming Fall. I'm George Coll, and today was Balance Day, and what I did is when I got a fresh look at the painting, I need to do some structural changes. It's better to do it now than later, so that's what I did first. And then we got into this balance thing, which is, are these dark enough, are these light enough? We started playing around also with some nice warm color mixtures in the foreground particularly. Okay, so for homework too, start working on that foreground, play around with it till you like it. It's a lot of fun. So with that, get outside and paint. Paint with your friends, get critiques, and don't be intimidated by a white canvas. Keep painting. All right, let's get started. Hey, welcome to part 2 of Wyoming Fall. And, you know, I got a good look at it this morning and I'm saying, you know, I don't like the drawing. I think the trees should be a little bit more emphasized. So I'm going to bring them down here and make them bigger. So there'll be less area of all of this and a little bit more of tree. So how do you do that when this has been sitting around for about 23 hours and needs to be fixed. So what I'm going to do is just pick up some of that paint from down below. Okay. And I'm going to kind of soften some of these edges too, just to blend things a little bit together. And I think this is pretty good stuff down here. That's how you soften your edges, just for the palette knife. Okay, so let's do some structural change now and go back to that mixture. I think we're going to do ultra blue, and let me, what am I looking for? I think some Indian yellow. Nope, I don't have any left over from yesterday. Did a good cleaning job on my palette, and I used up a lot of Indian yesterday. But I think instead of wasting that valuable color right away, let's just go some cat yellow. Cat yellow medium. Let's get some raw sienna. And we have a nice dark color in there. I'm going to pick up a number 2 flat. And I'm going to bring him down here. And we'll have to work the bush up later. And I'll have to bring these guys down a little bit. In that area. Same mixture. Ultra blue, cad yellow medium, raw sienna. And if I do that, I'm going to have to recreate my bushes here, I think with some dark down in here. With my dark, gonna get some Prussian in there. Prussian, raw sienna. And I think we're back where we should be to get started with part 2. All right. I'm going to be using my number 2 a lot today. And I'm going to go back to that cad lemon. And I'm going to add some cad yellow, cad lemon, cad yellow, and a little bit of permanent green. And getting these pretty colors back where they should be. I think I'm going to darken up this blue out here. It's just too faded as we go back. And because today in part 2 we're working paint on top of paint, and we're really trying to dial in more of the appropriate color to make this painting balanced. So I'm going to make that a little bluer with ultra blue, white, gray, ultra blue. And you can see there that makes more of an impression in the painting. And it makes more of a statement of, hey, we're back here and we want to be seen. Now, what I really would like to do today is spend some time up here in all this pretty area, but I'd like you to experiment on and off camera while you're doing this, because, you know, come back, step back, look at it, and play around up in here. It's really, really nice. So let's get, for example, I'll show you what you could do on or off camera, and start looking on your palette. What can you use, and then what can you put up in your painting? And if you see it up there on the reference, use it. And that's what I'm doing. Get back to this cad yellow lemon. It's really light. It's not a strong pigment, and it's not very opaque. It's more translucent. I don't want to get too technical here, but that's some of the stuff I'm running into. So sometimes you just have to make that mixture a little thicker. Less Gamsol, and you know, Gamsol will thin it out sometimes too much. Now, there's also some great silvers in there. So I'm going to get some white and some Portland gray, cool, and get that in places also. And let me see here now. I want to get up in this area, and I see some rusty color. So I'm going to mix that into my yellow. This is transparent oxide red, some yellow ochre, transparent oxide red, yellow ochre. And get some of these nice fall rusty colors in here to start zinging up the place a little bit. And even though I don't see any down here, I want to put some in just a little bit of a way to balance out, you know, some of these warmer colors down below. Next, I want to get up in here and work in this canopy here. And I'm going to get some cad orange. I'm going to get a little bit of alizarin. Little bit. Oh shoot, too much. Too much. Let me thin that down with some white. Today I'm using a titanium white, but I'm going to, next time I go into up to Fort Collins and get some paint or order some online, I'm going to get some softer white. This stuff is, a little thick. And Linda, my painting friend, reintroduced me to softer white, and I really enjoyed painting with it last week off camera in my painting group. Tuesdays, in fact, after this session today, I start hanging out with my Tuesday group, and I'm looking forward to getting a critique and painting with them throughout the day. Now, can I use some of this really neat color down in here? And I'll use some of that in the foreground area. The only trouble with making the mountain so high, I miss that nice sky back there. That is really neat. If you look in the reference, as you can see, to the upper right, there's some sky coming through there. So I might lower that a little bit so I can get some background sky coming through, sky holes. All right. With the remaining time, I'm going to move over to the pine trees and warm them up a little bit. So with that, I will be using my number 2 again, and I'm going to make some more Indian right here, Indian yellow, and I'm going to get some of my my green I have. And the green I'm using, and I'll show you the tube, is this Winton. It's a newer color for me. It's called Dark Verdigris, Verdigris. And I'm going to warm this up with some yellow ochre and some Indian. And now I'm going to get a clean paper towel and get back in the neighborhood here with my number 2. You can see that warms things up. It may be a little too subtle to see on camera, but I can definitely see the changes here with right on my canvas. I added just a little white to it, and it even lightens it up even more. The thing I don't want to do is lose my nice darks that I have. And I know down here I really need those darks. I'm going to make just some scrapes here to indicate, something's going on in the way of branches or sticks or something. I need a really good light coming through here to the lower right. Let me see what I can do with my yellow. And you see that nice light coming through here in the reference. I just think it's kind of important to have some of that. But boy, I lost my dark there, didn't I? A little bit more of yellow ochre. And just a little bit more of ultra blue. Oh, that was so strong I lost it in my mixture. Let's go back. And it's adding a little bit more warm to the pine trees. Now this is kind of a nice fall color, and I'm wondering if I can lighten it up, what it would do to enhance my foreground. See, I'm always experimenting and playing around. As to saying, okay, if I've got this and I want to do some more down in here, it really helps out. It helps with that, we have so much cool down here in the foreground, and if you just add a little bit of this, Indian yellow, greeny, whatever this color is we've been concocting, it really helps balance the painting, and getting back, it says some good stuff. Now, I want to go back to this area where we may have lost some of this really nice bright yellow. I'm going to get a little lemon and a little bit of cad yellow in here, and get that in there. I still need some darks down there in the bottom, so I'll go back to my greeny, dark, serious green stuff I have here and put that in to say what it needs to say. I'm going to add some ultra blue to one side of it and some alizarin. So it's going to make a hint of purple in here. I'm going to add a touch of gray to bring out some of the purple. And I'm going to put some of that in here. And in here. That kind of red-purple stuff really adds to the painting. Now, if it's too strong, or you can always knock it out a little bit with a knife. So to soften things, you can use one of your palette knives. I usually have these, my T7 from Jerry's, and my connoisseur that I got online. And what these can do is just soften things, and they can also help with some little lines that you may need for. But look how it brings these things together here. And if you have too much paint, you can pick that up, or too little, you can smash it around a little bit and have a fun time. I mean, too much fun here. Gotta get serious. Got a nice big area here with no darks coming through, and so what I want to do is look real seriously at my reference and try to see there's some really nice subtle darks coming through in just a few places that kind of give the indication, hey, something's coming in here. And it leads the eye into big dark right here, which is so important in this area. And I'm also looking at areas where I can reestablish some darks that may have gone a little too fadey, like right here. I I'm seeing some, I'm doing some Indian and some alizarin. And I'm going to enrich some colors right up in here. It's just a little bit more intense with these rusty something colors here. Right up in this area. And it accents this bushy area right here. And I'm looking for more reds, and when I see them in the reference, I just plop them in there. And that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. I'm missing out on some darks on the lower right in here. And I need to pick up a canvas. I hope I don't drop it into my paint. I was talking with a brush in my mouth. And I'm bringing that to life. Changing over more to the alizarin now, the alizarin darker color that the blue and purpley stuff we had over here on the palette to the left, and on the left of the painting. Again, I'm getting back, and I encourage you to keep doing that to get a good sense of things. Now, when I just got back and did that, I realized this is so straight right here, these darks coming across. So I'm going to try to soften that idea by bringing in some darks right here to break that straight line off a little bit, and bring this dark down more. I better be careful. Let's re-anchor painting so it doesn't flop down in my palette and screw up everything. And you can see now I'm trying to break that straight line up a little bit. I'm going to get back and see if that's working and check to see how much time I have left, which isn't much. Okay, let me take a sip of my coffee, get a new paper towel, and things are starting to look pretty good here. Now I know the sky is too flat. I need to have a darker blue on top, and I might wait till later to get that done. But the colors are starting to come out pretty good. But I think I'm a little too intense with my oranges over here. So I'm going to lighten that value. So I don't have much on the reference to help me with that. But what I'm going to do is get some cad yellow and some white titanium and make it just a real light color. And I'm going to go whack, whack. And look what that did. That made a big statement. Wow, that was creative. That made a big difference, bringing in some light in there. Well, if that works so good, I'm going to add a little bit of blue to it that was right next to that light pile I just made. And I'm going to lighten up some of this area in here. So, you know what's fun? You just kind of go back and forth with these things and introduce light. That's basically what I'm doing here. That line is a little too strong. I'm softening the bottom of it so it doesn't look like a big blob of paint that was sloppily put on there. And then lighten it up, maybe some of the bushes, like right here. And right here. And I'm going to bring then this to a close and give it a look, see later, and get a critique on it this afternoon and see what I can come up with. Thank you so much for coming by for part 2 of Wyoming Fall. This is really, oh man, really came a long way. I'm kind of proud of the progress we made today. So with that, thank you very much, and we're going to bring this to a close. Thanks again.